Right. Yeah, I'm gonna be starting the session.
You shouldn't.
Alright.
Okay,
Just ready already,
hello
nerds.
everybody who is looking at this thing that is live, that is happening right now, but not when you're watching it. We are currently in the middle of a... Wait, hold on. Something on my tooth. Yeah, you said it best. We're currently in the qualifying stage of the... semi-official Dirt-Free Christmas Special Championship. Who's gonna be the one who can get the most jolly with it? Well, we'll see going into the first round of the cup. Now there are some pretty big names over here. RKA Time, Grip Cage, Kajak, all people that we've all seen, but also a couple of new faces around here as well. So I'm gonna be fascinated to see how they drive compared to the best of us, starting in quote unquote Monaco. Who's gonna come out on top? Will it be a new guy? Will it be somebody who's been around for a while? We can only see. So with the grid that the game has chosen, it's given a lot of assistance to Pacey, and considering that he's the only one using the quadro, he'll need all the assistance he can get.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be sorting out my steering wheel.
Alright.
I'm gonna restart and join back.
About to go underway. And we are off. And something that I've just noticed from this beginning is that there are actually a lot of 6R4s. You almost never see any of them. Anyway, Grip gets a great start, cutting immediately ahead of Pacey. As Pacey now has quite a bit of ground to make up, as Grip is only going further and further the more ground that he has. Pacey has to nail this corner. Ooh, but they take it way too wide, and they drop 8 places rapidly from first to fifth. A really bad start for Pacey, and to add insult to injury, now he has another slip, and he's in last. He has a lot of ground to make up. Oh, but something happened to Grip. He might be having connection issues because he ended up like. But something happened to Grip. Whatever, I know this is. But anyway, right at the front now, considering that the front unrunner with Grip had some sort of connection issue, it's now a battle between RKA and M1. And RKA is making more and more distance on M1. Can he hold the position, considering that he is one of the more consistent drivers? He just has to do what he's best at, drive. And considering we're at the halfway mark now, and there's a massive collision between M1 and Hybrid. M1 gets out of it quite well, but that gives RKA even more distance. The person who initiated it, Hybrid, doesn't get off too well, slipping behind. Wait. No, I'm getting it.
That was so shit on me. I am so sorry.
Apology relatively accepted, at least by me. So now, there's an even gap between all of the drivers, and it's looking like there's not going to be that much shifting within the positions going into the final lap. RKA has this race in his grasp. Can he hold it together for one more lap, considering how inconsistent of a game Dirt-Free can sometimes be to just go around the corners? It might be easier said than done.
If I can get back in now, it's all good.
But it's looking like the longer the race is going, the more control RKA has over the race. He made it look like an absolute piece of cake as RKA crosses the line to come first in the first stage. M1, after having a really nice scroll for the rest of the pack, comes in second. Hybrid Veil, after having that crash, recovers it to still get a podium position. And unfortunately, Grip now has a lot of ground to make up in the championship after their unfortunate disconnection, as RKA takes the lead of the championship with a resounding win.
I should have probably not pushed the way I did. I'm going to be very honest with you. Oh.
Yeah, that
felt
looked a little bit
bad.
out of left field from my perspective. Like,
That felt
came out of
fucking bad.
nowhere.
Wait, who's like?
I tried to gain an advantage, but I just went in full shit mode. There was no excuses for that one. I'm just gonna try and avoid those for the next time.
Yeah, that one, wait, do we have the boo womp here? Do I have the boo womp? Yeah, that one was just sort of a...
Lobby 2 standings as follows. Merc in first, me in second, Ruben in third, and Eric in fourth. Iron disconnected. Or got disqualified or something, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's
Right.
And it also happened with Grip as well, who was actually looking very comfortable in the lead, but they ended up having some sort of a connection issue, which caused them to leave.
So what do we do with this? It's supposed to be the top 4 advancing, isn't it?
Ah, right, okay. So
We
the
can't
people
really
who
merge
came-
rooms
hey,
if we have 5
the
people in one.
Oh, so
so
that
the
means I'm
person
already
who-
out. Okay.
Out right now is,
Yeah, sorry, Aaron.
Who was the person who started in first? I'll have to check the footage again.
I'm surprised it was just one like qualifying. I
Yeah,
thought
give
it
me a
was-
second. Let me just check the footage for a second.
Is it normal if I get a yellow circle?
That means you're a shit driver.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so with the way the qualifying went in the first lobby, the people going through to the next round are RKA, M1, Hybrid Veil, and Machine. Hayseed got disqualified. I mean, Hayseed wasn't able to keep up with everyone else, and Grip unfortunately ended up disconnecting.
Can you stop making fucking Windows error sound effects? Please, I'm begging.
It's especially annoying for me. You know why? Because hold on, what was it? It's especially annoying for me because I'm recording all of this, right? So I don't have that much space for this.
If anyone disconnects, just invite me.
Thing. Yeah. Okay, could a good majority of you also stream your screen, because I'm not going to be able to like flick from person to person because I don't have full control. I'm not in the lobby.
Streaming.
Right, Ruben needs to join.
Yeah, 4 out of 8 should work.
going. Can you invite me, Mercs? Or someone?
And Eric should join as well. Did anyone add Eric?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, invite him in when you are in.
Going. Sure. Mercs is telling me that session doesn't exist anymore.
Weird.
Alright, invite me again.
Oh, whoops.
There we go now, man. Let me invite Eric.
I love how everyone's white and I'm the only yellow.
Wszystko
I need to mute everyone, I forgot.
Is it like it in agreeable?
The fuck with that goofy
Flying over, we now have 8 drivers who have made it into the full
Good luck.
rounds, who are Merc, M1, RKA, Ketchup, Eric, Ruben, Sajid, and Hybrid. These 8 drivers fought from hell and back, also known as a round of Monaco, to get to where they are now, to potentially be able to take the crown of the DiRT Christmas Championship. But who out of these 8 drivers are going to be the one to go all the way? We'll just have to find out. From what I saw from the first round, RKA definitely looked like the most dominant driver, but I haven't seen anything from the second server, so they could very nicely lead house.
Get a cup of water ready.
Okay, Okay, looking at the entrance at the beginning, Hybrid Veil, who initially had a pretty difficult time in their division, are starting at first, with RKA having to start all the way from the back. So it's sort of a mirroring for basically the expected skill levels going in. So this could be interesting. We've been waiting for this day for quite a while now. A rather intimidating place on the Discord's upcoming events page. But now we see who shall claim it all. The lights are about to go out and everything shall begin. And the race is underway. And RPA gets a good start, already getting it ahead of Eric. They're trying to find their way through the gap as much as they can, and nobody's really shifting position. But someone does go wide, and M1 has a pretty bad corner, which lets Mertz take advantage of it and move away to second place. Meanwhile, Arcade is still climbing and inching ahead. Oh, but there's a slip from Kejak! It slipped both them and Ruben further back after a pretty bad slip, impacting Kejak more, but still a pretty unfortunate happenstance for both of them. Meanwhile, RPA slips his way into the podium positions after making an aggressive overtake on M1. Hybrid has been maintaining his position well for a while, holding up the titans that are Mertz and RKA, who both seemingly want to have a battle between each other, but Hybrid still trying everything he can to keep himself ahead, actually gaining a little bit of distance. Can he keep it smooth on the corners? Oh, he goes a little bit wide, but here comes RKA, going for the inside, challenging Hybrid. Is it going to be enough? He slips ahead after an incredible maneuver, and now RKA, after starting from the back and having to climb back, is now leading this race in such dominant fashion. And also, going back to a little bit beforehand, everyone is closely matched up, but a little bit of a blunder from Ruben does push him away from getting that overtake on Kejak just a little bit more. Everyone is tightly packed, despite the position being fairly pronounced. Ooh, RK taps the wall, and Hybrid is still actually in the hunt, trying to get ahead of RKA as much as he can. Credit where credit is due, he is fighting them off like a champ. RKA consistently looking back to see if he is making any distance, and it's seeming good so far. But Hybrid, not a person to give up, still keeping within a second's distance. If this was an F1 race, he would need to break through that second loop to avoid DRS and fall off. But there are only 2 laps to go. Hybrid Veil has to make a move if he wants to get the maximum points ahead of Arcade. But Arcade, being a master of his craft, takes the corner almost flawlessly. So how is Hybrid going to respond to that? They have a good curve, but they aren't quite building up enough speed as Arcade is looking more and more dominant by the second. And now Kejak wants to challenge Bucks to get into 4th place. He's finding any position that he can. But no, Ruben getting gone through on the inside after challenging him from underneath his nose. And the racers keep changing positions from the back. Ruben briefly ghosting for just a little bit. And going into the final lap, RPA now has a huge gap and is looking very comfortable with his lead, really putting out a statement. And now trying to slip forward to get as many points as he can. Kejak on Ruben, right next to Max. He finds an inside line. Is he going to get it? There's a bit of contact between him and Ruben. But Kejak finds the line. He just needs to go a little bit further ahead of Ruben to claim it. He's going further on the inside. It could be tough though. And Kejak gets it after making such a clean team maneuver from a disastrous position at the start. And now, there's a battle for third between M1 and Hybrid, and the Hybrid has been defending for so long. There's a bit of contact between Ruben really looking at Kejak and taking back the position as much as they can. But now, at the center of it all, RK wins the first round. Hybrid maintains second place after having a good fight for so long. And M1, after being a contender for so long, still finds his way into those podium positions. And the points looking dominant towards RKA, but it's only the first round. Anything could happen. Hey, these are some wacky races.
My heart is racing, dude. Oh,
I guess that's an indication that I'm doing my job, and I had my microphone.
Yeah,
I had my microphone muted while I was recording. God damn it!
no!
Hopefully someone else is recording though. But yeah.
brilliant job.
I did. Am I being 800 by 600 with 60 by 9 res? I did it. I fucking recorded the entire race.
M1 and Ruben, beware of where the fuck you put your car, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, sorry, I could have been trolling.
I need a class vote.
This is gonna be a doozy.
Good look, everyone.
Okay. Hybrid had the luck of the draw with being put in the grid at first, and it looked like they could defend quite well from RKA, but things are going to be a bit different with them near the back of the grid, with RKA breathing down their necks. How's it going to go? Well, let's just play and see. It's lights out. The race has begun. RKA does get a pretty good start, as does Merckx, who has been leading the race for quite a bit. But Eric, looking down on the inside, trying to do anything they can. But Kejak slips ahead after they've been quite an obvious gap. Now trying to go on the outside, has more speed than Merckx. Are they going to get ahead? No, because Merckx has just a bit of a better line, and they're able to maintain it. Oh, and there's contact! There's contact early on between RKA and Machine. That is going to be a massive blow to RKA's lead, and now he has to climb through the ranks to make up for that deficit. A really unfortunate start for the person who was leading the championship. And now Ruben, after having a place slipped through by Eric, is trying to find any gap that they can and to slip ahead, as Merckx is looking pretty dominant up in front. And considering that they did a pretty good job of climbing up before, Ruben ekes out a gap that Eric leads, and then going into the second lap, the places are almost entirely switched up. Most notably, RKA making a huge mistake near the beginning. That's going to cost him a lot of points, and maybe even the championship if he can't step up his game after this. But fortunately for him, it's looking like the people who are... Ooh, and there's a massive crash from Ruben! That's going to be a huge slip from the back! Oh, and he has contact with RKA when trying to speed himself up again! That only makes matters worse for the leading driver. He's going to have to do a lot to try and make up for that. Unfortunately for him, he is thirsty to try and get any points he can. And now, he's trying to get ahead of Ruben to basically minimize all of that damage control. But Ruben looking pretty steadfast despite all of the positions that he lost. Is he still going to be able to maintain it? RKA has quite a lot of ground to make up. But he's just looking back. There's something wrong with RKA's car. Right. Running back to the front, Merckx is still looking as dominant as ever. But Kejak, not to be fooled, only a second and a half behind. They're trying to keep it as clean as possible. To try and get closer and closer to Merckx, who is just trying to play the maintenance game. But considering that it is the final lap, it's looking like Merckx is in a pretty dominant position to keep everything. And credit where credit is due, Eric has held his position for a really good amount of time, and he's played it consistent, unlike quite a lot of the leading drivers. But at the center of it all, finishing the race, and now likely leading the championship after that pretty good start to everything, Merckx wins the second race in the championship. Kejak after having a pretty good chase comes home in second, and Eric looks like he's gonna come home in third after keeping it consistent for so long. And it seems while it wasn't looking, RKA was able to get the slip on Ruben, giving as much damage control as he could, only losing just a couple of championship points that could have been absolutely crippling if he was any lower. So now RKA putting himself in a better spot, he can absolutely come back from this. As going into the third race of the championship, the results are being flipped on their head.
So much of a momentum. If I didn't crash at the second corner, maybe I could have catch up to M1.
If I didn't crash at the 6th, I could have been 3rd. Fuck!
Oh, I could have catch up on M1.
I
I
feel like
could
I
have done it
cracked someone out.
justice. Oh.
We're in a really interesting position of the championship going into Monaco.
If I
As
kill someone
5
there,
out
I'm
of
really
8 of the
sorry.
drivers are within 2 points of each other. If any of them win this, they are going to be leading the championship. So now it's a championship battle between RKA, Hybrid, Mercs, Kedjak, and M1. Mercs, generally being the most skilled of the group, still has to climb his way from the back, which was proved to be a bit of a disaster beforehand. Meanwhile, someone like M1 has been quite good at keeping it consistent in the middle of the grid. Can he hold that streak, though? We'll just have to wait and see. No, wait, it's RKA starting in 3rd. Oh, yeah. So the ultimate leader of the championship, RKA, is starting 3rd, so he has the best chance of slipping away and getting the points. But considering how close everyone is, it's anyone's game going into the next race. The lights go up and the race has begun. The machine has a good start, maintaining the lead that he was so graciously given by the game. Kedjak trying to find any gap that he can. Oh, and he doesn't quite find it, having an unfortunate stop with one of the drivers ahead, and now he has 4 more balls round to make up. Not something he wanted to hear, considering how close he was to leading the championship. Now, RKA. Oh, and RKA has a slipper. He gets knocked forward by Ivan, and Mud slips it on the inside. The people leading the championship, all neck and neck with each other. RKA has the advantage, but Mercs has the line. Is he going to make use of it? Yes. Mercs slips ahead. Hybrid blocks on RKA. So much is happening right now. And now, after having a really good slip up the grid, it's Mercs who is now leading the championship, but he has to maintain it on a track entirely embedded with chaos. He has to focus on consistency. And now, Hyperfail has the job of blocking up RKA, the person who is leading the championship going into this race, and has shown that they are the most dominant driver, but they just have issues when it comes to traffic. Oh, and Hybrid has a bit of a slip up going into the corner, allowing RKA to take the position as swiftly as possible. And now, with RKA heading towards Mercs, anything could happen. These drivers are trying to be pretty consistent. Oh, and Hybrid has an inside line going into RKA. And Hybrid takes the position back with a spring in his step, keeping RKA down a notch and making things even more even when it comes to championship points. This is where he slipped up before. Oh, he keeps it consistent. This time, blocking off an aggressive overtake from RKA. And meanwhile, out of all of this, from all the championship contenders, M1 is still keeping it as consistent as possible, as Kedjak is all the way in the back, trying to make up all the time that they lost in that costly mistake at the beginning. However, there is only one more lap, and Hybrid maintain it from RKA. Oh, but what's this? It's looking like Mercs has a chance to win it all. If Mercs gets ahead of Machine, oh, he has a line. Mercs is now leading the race. If he can end up winning this, that's going to be a massive boost to the championship. And Mercs is going to be in a far more dominant spot. Can everyone else catch up to Ben? RKA trying to get ahead of Hybrid with everything he can. Oh, and there's a dent! And there's a dent from M1! As they make an aggressive slip in as well. Mercs wins the race after having such a difficult time climbing through. And then from there, it goes Machine, Hybrid, M1, RKA, Ruben, Kedjak, and Eric. So from all of this, in such an even position, it's Mercs that makes the most out of it and sweepingly takes the lead of the championship. What an incredible race, albeit pretty aggressive.
I was so
fuck.
scared.
If I didn't have that crash at the start, I would have maintained
I'm gonna
second.
love the So now,
I imagine-
going into race 4, after such an even championship, going into race 3, it's Mercs who's now leading the championship after such an incredible overtake right at the end of the third race. But he still hasn't secured his win entirely. He just has to have a good result for the next 2 races, and then he's got it. But he's starting from the back. He needs to prove that he is better at climbing up the grid than RKA was, as that was seeming to be RKA's fault throughout all of this. He's a good driver, he just has quite a lot of problems with traffic. And that's what's been slowly bleeding him out over time. But let's see. Is everything going to stay the way it is now going into the 4th race? Or are we going to see another shift? The race begins and RKA automatically has a pretty good slip in the podium positions. He's trying to find any gap that he can to get ahead of Eric and even Kajak, who are now in a pretty good position. Oh, and there's a slip with Eric! That's huge for RKA! If he can get ahead of Kajak, he might just be able to swing everything going into the final race, but it's not decided yet. There's still a lot more race to be done. 3 more laps on one of the most technical tracks, and Kajak just has to not fuck it up. And Ruben got off the line pretty bad, but RKA had an incredible start. Wait, no, hold on. But yeah, Merckx had an incredible start, and they're now already in 3rd after effortlessly cutting their way through the pack. Unless something happens to Merckx, they are looking extremely comfortable where they are. And currently, the race is being dominated by Kajak, who after such a bad slip-up at the beginning, is looking to do everything they can to just barely put them back into that championship battle. As with the positions now, everything will go to the final race with Merckx having a massive advantage. But Merckx could potentially seal the deal right here if he ends up overtaking everyone. But RKA has shown to be someone who's not to be messed with, as now they're slowly inching towards Kajak. With RKA trying everything they can to get those points. Are they going to play aggressive towards Kajak? They go on the inside. Is this going to be it? Yes! After an overtake on such a technical track, RKA is now leading the race. And if he can win here, that's a massive, massive boost to the championship that puts RKA back in the battle against Merckx. But Merckx, if he wants to minimize the damage control, is now slipping behind Kajak, going into the final lap. Can Merckx do anything to minimize the point swing between him and RKA? As RKA is looking as dominant as ever, going into the lead of this race. And also, Hyperveil, credit to them, they've been keeping it pretty consistent. Oh, and there's a slip-up! Who slipped up? And there's a slip-up from Kajak! Just exactly what RKA did not want to hear, giving Merckx just that one extra point of wiggle room. And if they can get ahead of RKA before the end of the race, they could seal off the whole championship here after making such an incredible climb from 8th now to 2nd. But with only a few corners left, it's looking like RKA is keeping everything consistent. As RKA wins the 4th race of the championship, but the real star of the show is who's coming 2nd. Merckx comes home 2nd after such an incredible climb through the rest of the crowd. And now, with 8 more points, Merckx now has 30 points and RKA has 17. All Merckx needs to do now is come at least 2nd, and they've won the championship. It's not over by any means, but it's looking like Merckx has this championship by the balls. What can I say? Snowballs. Yeah.
When I lagged, did both of you crash?
Ahora luego la paseo.
Since there was M1 and someone else behind me, my game froze for a bit, and then it just...
We end this historic championship at the Los Angeles Coliseum. For those who don't know, Merckx had an incredible climb from 8th to 2nd to add even more to the points, and now they're starting ahead of RKA after coming 2nd. All Merckx needs to do is finish at least 2nd, and then his championship is secured. But they are starting right next to RKA. This is going to be a battle for the ages. They're in equal cars. Who's going to be the winner? who is the most jolly of them all. The race begins. Both of them have a pretty even start, but Merckx does have the inside line. They're taking a go. Merckx jumps from 6th, 5th. Oh, and there's a mistake from RKA. That could decide the whole championship right there if RKA isn't able to make up on that mistake. As now, Merckx is climbing position after position after position. Now somehow in third, already in second. All he has to do is overtake Mark, and I don't believe it! Merckx is already leading the race! It's not even lap 2! I can't believe I'm saying this. I have never seen such thorough domination at the start of a finale deciding race. This is incredible. And now, after such a slip-up and such a disastrous start, RKA now has 2 laps to prove themselves. They get 2 positions on Hybrid Vale and the other one. Going into lap 2, but it's looking like Merckx is more and more dominant by the second. Oh, and there's a slip-up! And RKA launches himself into second. Now it's just him and Merckx. Is Merckx going to make a mistake? Is it going to be a championship in the bag for Merckx? Is RKA going to pull a rabbit out of a hat and somehow make ends meet out of such a tough situation? We'll have to see as we pass the halfway mark of the race. RKA not taking any chances, keeping everything as tight as possible. But with that 2-second gap, Merckx is looking more and more unreachable by the second. And that gap increases to over 2 seconds, and Merckx is just slowly increasing that gap more and more, putting RKA in their place. And now, going into the final lap, this is the last chance for RKA to make a mountain out of a molehill. But it's looking more and more hopeless by the second. Merckx, after having quite a decisive start to the championship, had an incredible rags to riches climb to get to first place in the points in race 3. Had an even crazier climb going into the 4th race, and now led from the first lap to the last lap, despite starting nearly at the back of the grid. And that sort of domination is the sort of thing that cannot be understated. RKA and Merckx have shared a brilliant championship battle, but the championship could only be won by one, and it's looking like it's going to Merckx for the Christmas championship. It's been an incredible battle, but Merckx is the champion of the North Pole. GG!
Piece of shit.
Although not to be understated, Hybrid just barely beats Kedjak after Kedjak had such an inconsistent race to get a podium within the championship. What an incredible bout between 8 really good drivers. Count the points. My mistake for thinking that was all of the rounds, but yeah. The points for this will be times by 4.
I'll be right back. Gotta get my mom to increase my computer limit by an hour, because we're not finishing this in 10 minutes.
Am I the only one on a Hummer?
The hub is really heavy, so.
Give me a second, I'm updating the points.
I may be fucked. I may be very
back,
fucked.
sorry.
Welcome to the next round of the full Christmas Championship. My mistake for thinking that first round was all that was there. But yeah. For what the randomizer picked, it puts Merckx in an incredibly dominant position, leaving RKA to try and pick up as many table scraps as possible. A serious bow of luck for a driver who needed so much more to make a comeback. But will that be enough to stop him? Let's wait and see.
On.
The lights are out and RKA has a particularly sloppy launch, the last thing they wanted to hear. Merckx going around the outside of M1, are they able to slip through? They overtake M1, get jumped by Kajak, but they're able to respond to that by taking it even tighter. And now, Hybrid Veil, under pressure by the leader of the whole championship. Are they going to be able to maintain it? Merckx has an inside line, and Merckx now leading the race, the championship, and making an absolute statement. Oh, no. Kajak has a sloppy drop. Oh, and Hybrid Veil! Hybrid, who was having such a good race, has a slip up so early on. That is the exact thing you do not want to see. But Kajak is looking like he's going to give Merckx a run for his money. He has the speed. Is he going to be able to get the right line?
I have
Merckx
no
being able to
left
keep it consistent. But here comes RKA after making such a good climb up, trying to salvage the championship battle, which is in absolute scraps for him right now. Because if he can't at least get ahead of Kajak, that is going to cripple him. He has an inside line. Is he going to get it? He's pressuring Kajak for second place. Oh, and after a bit of collision, RKA slips ahead, and now it's the old famous move once again. RKA versus Merckx. Can RKA turn things around after things have been so close for so long? What the fuck is M1? Haha, down. But yeah, Merckx looking as dominant as ever, increasing their lead more and more and more and more. But considering how inconsistent a lot of things like the jump can be, that could vanish very quickly. However, Ruben having a really good race, now challenging RKA for second place. Considering where Ruben is in the championship, Ruben needs a lot of points to bring him back into the battle. Oh, and he gets a slip underneath RKA! That is huge. Oh, and he has an aggressive line. Knocking RKA down another peg, making the gap between him and Merckx even larger. If he can't get that position back, that's going to be a huge blow to RKA's slim losing points. Oh, Ruben has a bit of a shaky landing and he loses the position he fought for. But here comes Kajak as well. There's two drivers on both sides of RKA. Is RKA going to be able to maintain it? RKA takes an inside line to try and prevent anyone who could be slipping through. However, now it's a battle for third between Kajak and Ruben. Ruben immediately taking it back, trying to see if they can stop fighting RKA again. Their last chance they may have is at the end of the jump. A lot of things change at this inconsistent mess of a jump. So will it happen here? Nope, RKA keeps it as clean as ever. But that's where the good news ends, as Merckx wins the first round of the Jeep division. RKA comes in second, and now that gap is increasing more and more and more and more.
Do not spectate me and look at my front left tire.
Jesus.
I am going to finish because I must finish. I will never fucking give up.
What a fucking legend.
I got 2 points.
To be fair, those 2 points would be quite handy for him.
And
there's a connection issue with M1. That's huge. That's so bad for him.
How do you even blow a tire? From a circuit.
Crashing.
You have these points.
Did you see the incident that I had with Merckx C at the first lap? When I was going into the jump, I touched him.
Oh, wait, yeah.
He was unfazed, but I went to the other way and I hit the wall.
I saw that. Tough luck.
And now, looking at the overall points, Mercs with 50 points makes an extra, a bit of a gap on RKA, who is now bleeding out with 43 points, trying everything they can to get closer. Actually, I think it's 42. Yeah, it's 42, my bad. But now, there's actually a tie in the points between Hybrid and Kejak for a podium championship finish. Is there going to be any sort of battles that will lead from this? Let's see. And also, M1 had an extremely unfortunate race, being disconnected, missing out on a lot of potential points. And now the gap between him and Ruben is getting smaller and smaller, as it's now only a 1-point gap. So a lot of battles going in a lot of different places.
If I get a lone tire again, fucking, I'm still gonna finish it.
It's lights out and away we go. Mugs needs to get a good start here to maintain that lead he's got, as he's still only one back result away from all of this scrambling. Oh, it's a slip from Kipjack! Oh, and more bad news for RKA! Mugs look as dominant as ever, slipping through the position without a problem in the world. Oh, on the inside of both Hybrid and Ruben, as Ruben makes a mistake going a little bit too wide, pushing Hybrid out of the fighting position. And now, M1's lead looking as temporary as ever, as Mertz now leading the charge. But Ruben finds an inside line, blocks off Mertz, and here comes RKA! Coming out of absolutely nowhere to make the most out of a bad situation. Mercs has to do some serious climbing to catch back up to RKA. This could be a massive end to that point. They passed Ruben, but I don't think Ruben would give up that easily, considering how much of an attempt they're making. Oh, RKA finds an inside line. M1 loses it to RKA, and they block off Mercs. This is going so bad for Mercs after having such a good start. But now, it's RKA leading from Mercs. Can they climb out of this hole piece by piece? A bit of a sloppy landing from RK. He can't be doing that when he's leading ahead of the championship leader, who needs to keep this consistent, especially considering we're now halfway through the race. They're both playing God with the invisible wall. Who's saying who's going to slip up? Oh, Merch also has to keep this clean to get ahead of RK, but he hasn't. He's gone a little bit wide. Now, the script being flipped with RKA leading the race, looking to try and get every single little point they can back from Mertz. This is only a small victory, but small victories add up fast. As Ruben, also having a really good race, is looking to do everything they can to get those points back. And Kejak, after being tied up with Hybrid, is now starting to look even worse off. They're trying to scrap back any points so they can keep themselves in the podium position. But it's looking worse and worse by the second. RKA successfully keeping it consistent through the whole race. Now wins the second race of the truck division and closes in that gap that Mertz has slowly been building and building and building. Ruben, also keeping it quite inconsistent, goes into third place, seriously assisting the points he may have needed. So let me calculate the points now. Hybrid has 5 extra points. Kejak has 3. M1 has 2.
And Eric 1.
Ruben has 6. Yeah.
Oh my.
M1 has 2 and Eric has 1.
M1 was in front of me, but then like at the close to last corner of lap 2, he just spun out.
Oh yeah, and also after having such a good race, Ruben now jumps up to 5th in the championship, only 5 points away from Kejak, who has now had the lead from the for the podium taken by Hybrid after Hybrid had such a solid race. And now the championship is in quite a bit of uncertainty. Anyone could get an overtake, lose points, maybe even have a bit of a shift in the gas. Or just have to
Someone disconnected.
Huh. Somebody disconnected. We don't know who yet, but we'll still have to see. Ruben gets a good start, closing off the lead. The Merc swinging into his recent championship. What just happened? Who just slipped out like that? Oh, it's M1 having such a bad slip out that they immediately leave the session. Someone might have to get them checked. I don't even know how that could happen. Oh, and things are looking quite bad for Mercs, as Mercs has the rear end of a group. RKA now slipping ahead. Oh, and a championship-changing hit from Hybrid pushes Mercs even further back. We're seeing a shifting of a dynasty in the championship now, and Mercs needs to do something crazy to bring it back. Meanwhile, Ruben has been keeping it consistent for quite a while, but RKA now leading the race. This could be a massive point swing if he ends up winning the whole thing. But also, Hybrid in second place, looking to try and make a point swing for the lead, which he is fairly far away from, but he has been keeping it consistent. He could be a potential threat as the races go on. And also, Ruben, after consistently getting podiums for quite a while, he could also be a threat if he keeps things as consistent as he has been now. Oh, he goes for a turn on Hybrid. Oh, and he gets it, just a little bit of a tap, giving Ruben the advantage. And now he's potentially looking to get an overtake on RKA, where if he can, that could minimize the absolute jump that we can see in the championship. Oh, and there's a slip. Oh, but Ruben prevents it after having a tap from the back of Hybrid. Ruben, fair play to him, doing a great job of keeping things consistent, though it's looking like RKA is more and more reaching by the seconds, getting back into that position which he's been uncomfortable in for so long. Meanwhile, Mercs trying to recover anything that they can, now aged behind everyone else, trying to fight for table scraps with Eric. If they can get 5th and maybe 4th, that could maybe minimize the damage that's going to be felt. But RKA, but this race has been such a crazy shift of fortunes as RKA wins the race and now takes the lead of the championship from Mercs after such a disastrous race. Ruben keeps it consistent and comes home in second, and Kedjak slips his way into third after being in a tight battle for so long. This is where things start to shift. Alright, let me add up the points. RKA, 64. Mercs came 5th, so... How many points is 5th again? Okay, 5th is 4.
I want to kill myself.
So now, RKA now has a lead on Mercs by just 2 points. It'll only take one race to change it, but it's still looking quite bad for Mercs. Out of the points, Kedjak 6, so Kedjak's 40. Hybrid had a pretty bad race, so that's 39, which brings Hybrid and Kedjak. Yeah, Kedjak gets the win for third over Hybrid after Hybrid had a pretty bad race. So then Eric got 5. Oh yeah, it was Ruben that disconnected.
Me?
No, he was in the race.
Okay, never mind. I'm just confused. Which one? Oh wait, yeah, Ruben got 8 points. Yeah, that could be a massive point swing. As now, Ruben is in the battle for third place after having such a good result. Anything could happen. Big battle for third, big battle for first. Anything could shift around here. Okay, the race begins and Mercs gets quite a good start right off the bat. Mercs actually has quite a bit of advantage. Oh, and there's a massive clash with all the drivers. But it doesn't look like any of the 2 championship leaders were impacted by it too much. RKA way. And it's good news for Max. He slips into first, taking the lead of the championship right after RKA got it again. But if he can get the lead on Machine, then he might have a chance to keep things even going into the next race. I tell you, this is a battle for the ages. Oh, and they get a nice conversion onto the G, converting that into a clean overtake. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick can probably do quite well, but he got flacked over.
Oh, God damn it!
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Oh my!
Oh, and there's a massive slip up right in the back, which affects Ruben, Hybrid, and even I can't see no one's doing it. Who's the guy in fourth right now?
Oh my God!
Whoa! And there's a massive flip from Hybrid. Just what he didn't want to happen when he was in the championship bout.
I don't have the wheel again!
Oh, and there's another massive accident, and with Kajak, who now cuts down closer to Eric. But in the meantime, RKA has been getting closer and closer to Merckx. Now within spinning distance, RKA on the inside of Merckx. Is he going to be able to get ahead? Oh! RKA now leading Merckx, increasing that lead that they just got. Will he maintain it going into the final lap? I tell you, this is a battle for the ages. RKA doing a good job defending, but then he goes a little bit wide. He's given the opportunity to Merckx. Is he going to be able to convert that into a pass coming into the final lap? They're playing it tight. But RKA does not back down. Oh, and there's a bit of a slip going on with Merckx as RKA driving as tricky as possible to keep that championship lead. But Merckx is not going to be taking it sitting down. Yeah, Merckx trying everything he can, and M1 had another connection issue. This is just bad. He was playing a very consistent early on, but now he's having really inconsistent internet. Can Merckx convert this into a lead right at the final lap? He's playing it a little bit tighter than RKA, but they only have a few corners to make this conversion. Everyone, hold your breaths. This could be very close going into the final corner. Ooh, but Merckx has a really bad landing. Oh, and there's a slip from RKA! It's gonna come down to the line! Merckx steals it at the last second! That's incredible! What a close race between Merckx and RKA! But now, after such an incredible save right at the end for Merckx, the championship is once again even. Fuck, that was
Oh my God! With 2 punctured tires, are you fucking serious?
Y'all cannot drive. I swear to God. Fourth and lower,
I can
you
see
guys
the fucking
are a
spectating
pain
thing.
in the ass driving again.
Oh my God.
You told me, this fucking Machida. Never give up!
Fix your
Never surrender! Alright then, let me update the scores.
one McLaren Lego car. It has 1,400 pieces.
Santa?
Okay, that's pretty cool. I actually found on eBay somebody that someone just forgot they auctioned, which is a signed Haas F1 team cap signed by Kevin Magnussen. So that's pretty sick.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wait, weren't we
Magnussen's pretty
supposed
cool.
to have a break?
Huh?
Weren't we?
Yeah,
supposed to have a
yeah.
break?
Ruben said a 5-minute delay or something.
Then why didn't we have it?
Yeah, exactly.
Ruben?
He said he had an
Yeah.
emergency family meeting.
Ruben,
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we're fine. So,
But-
going into
but-
the third race, as points are only added up right at the end, those points will be timed by 4, as there are 4 races in the Trailblazer. Anyone could win this. This could be a massive shift in the championship points. Anything is possible going into this race. But as it's going right now, it's a tied championship battle between RKA and Merckx. They just gotta not fuck it up.
I am not going to have a reference time for this. I am going to be so screwed.
And now for the Symphony of Dirt-Free Horns. Classic. Now, rally events are a little bit tricky to commentate, but I'll try. Just inform me if something rather dumb happens, and then I'll jolt the shit. Okay, the gaps are looking fairly even, but now the first leader of the championship stepped up to begin with RKA. Is he going to be able to make a judgment with the time? Almost immediately, Kedjack knocks Hyperfail down a bit. That isn't looking good for what could be such a massive point swing. Ooh, and whoever started ahead of Kedjack, either they're not looking so hot, or Kedjack is on fire. One of the two. Oh, it looks like Machine is not having the best race, as now, here comes RKA! Absolutely dominating the rest of the crowd and only barely losing to Kedjack. This could be a massive, massive point swing for Kedjack if they can keep it consistent. And it's looking like there's already going to be contact right up at the end. But here comes Merckx. Can Merckx challenge RKA? Merckx doesn't quite have the best start. Oh, and there's disaster as Merckx hits a wall! That is a huge blow to his potential chances of winning. He needs a miracle cover. Oh, and there's a crash from Ruben! Oh, absolute disaster. And RKA tips their car. It's just chaos. Left and right, left and right. What do I focus on? This is what I mean. Anyone could win from here. Like absolute goddamn chaos! Now, Priestman is still from Kedjack, has to do everything they can to get that win back. But Kedjack has been keeping it consistent. This is looking like Kedjack is going to get a very nice lead and even potentially have a chance at jumping against them, as Kedjack is the closest out of everyone who's not in the top two. But RKA cleaning it up quite nicely, just a little bit behind Hybrid. He can get a good last sector, he might be able to convert this into something good. Ooh, RKA could have gotten a funny overtake if he didn't tip over early on, but that's a shame. Ooh, RKA getting a very nice curve. Oh, and it's a collision right at the end! And it's the person RKA overtakes him with problems trees. But yeah, RKA cleans it up just a bit at the end, but Kedjack is leading by a country mile. And now there's just Merckx to see if he can challenge it after having such a costly mistake early on. Looks like they're streaming from a Nokia, huh? Can Merckx get a decent enough time? No! They only managed to slip in fourth, underneath even their rival, as Kedjack and Hybrid both have a fantastic start. Will they be able to maintain it for the next few races?
Fuck, my suspension.
I don't need reference times, bitch!
And also, M1 disconnected again.
Also, I noticed that Kedjack was behind me. He was technically catching up to me, so I already knew that the first place is not going to be my place.
My suspension was too low. My suspension was too low. I took a bump and I fucking went straight into a tree. Ate it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on fucking Arcade's camera.
Nutritions.
But yeah, there's a bit of an interesting shift going into the next race, as Kedjack and Hybrid are both dominating the two leaders of the championship. If they can keep this up for the next couple races, they may have a chance to lunge in the larger events.
Alright, let's do this. Good luck.
Oh, yeah, Ian's just playing geometry dash.
Yeah, I thought I'd have this in the background, you know. Seems pretty good to have in the background.
Alright, that's fair.
Oh, I'm starting first.
Oh. Well, at least now I'm gonna have references.
Funny.
Fuck.
Oh, I
Oh,
gotta
it's
breathe. Though.
Kenya. Oh.
I forgot to inhale air, guys. Hold on.
That's a shame.
I hope I practiced the right track.
It smells good.
Did I practice the right track? This might be a problem.
Whoops.
Potential problems. Oh no.
Dude, this isn't the track written on the trailer.
Yeah, that's my.
We're on the wrong track.
Oops.
It seems like there was a bit of an oopsie, sorry, moment from the host as they accidentally chose the wrong track. But whatever, a track is a track. We'll see how this
Fucking hell, I
random
don't
shift
have
up cuts.
I don't have. Yeah, you fucking idiot. I don't have a tune for this.
RKU mother.
Race fixing. Race fixing. Race fixing. No, can we redo this one, please?
But I mean, the times are already in at the start. I say we just cook and see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck's
Just let
sake.
him cook. Let him cook.
It's not fair though.
Don't worry, let him cook.
It's a track!
Yeah, but it's not the right one.
Let him
A
cook.
track is a track, a road's a road.
I'm gonna cook you.
Oh, Machine definitely not having the best of races as they already got it overtaken. And also from Max as well, who was just behind Ruben. Can Kedja get the lead that they had before? Yeah, Ruben's cooking. Holy shit! So, considering that Ruben did have that crash at the beginning, I don't think that... Huh? Machine had a crash? What's going on? Ooh, Kedjak has a really good section right at the start. And it's looking like the trio of Kedjak, Ruben, and Hybrid are all way more optimized for the rally events. Ooh, but Arcade isn't letting that stop him. Oh, beating everyone in the first segment except for Kedjak. This could be quite the comeback from RKA if they can beat Mercs out in points. Because remember, even if it's just one position change between the two, that can mean all the difference in the championship. Thank fucking God he's broken. I just saw that. Whoa. But Mercs gets quite a good time, catching up to Hybrid and Ruben. But Kedjak is just blowing that out of them. What the? Whoa! RKA still having a pretty good jab against Kedjak. If RKA can come second throughout all of this, that could be massive. Ooh, a bit of an awkward shift from
No.
Oh, and right up at the front, Rook has another accident. Oh, he just can't have things go his way, can he? And he was right at the end as well. He already wasn't going to win after the minute deficit he faced from before, but honestly, this is kind of hard to watch. Oh, but RKA has a lead on Kedjak going into the last segment. Can they get a win in this one stage and close the gap between him and them? RKA can clutch here. He's pretty much sealed the whole championship for himself. But the pressure is on. Kedjak has to exit. Can Kedjak set a good enough time to be put as a benchmarker? We'll only have to wait and see as RKA's making it to the finish. He has a bit of an inconsistent bump, but he keeps it straight. Is it enough? Fingers crossed. Oh, it's enough as RKA just barely slips ahead of Hyper. Wait, no, what? Oh, Kedjak has a mistake right at the end. That's huge as now RKA takes the lead by a second and Hybrid is only a second within as well. If RKA can keep this momentum within the next couple races, RKA is pretty much just sealed away the whole championship. But he has to execute going to the next 2 races. And Kedjak and Hybrid have both proven themselves to be really good specialists at the rally type of event.
Come on, man. You need to
We love, we sing, but then hey, we love,
I need a fucking
we love. Man, I'm close to dead last to start, man.
Man, shut your
Man, shut your bitch.
God damn!
I can only imagine that we would like the shut your stupid and it transitions into so trusted to you. Like
Shut
that's
your
such a fucking
bitch
good
ass.
transition.
Man,
Shut your stoop. Yeah, have some stoop.
Man, I need to cook now.
Words of wisdom.
Bro,
Now
I think
RKA, Hybrid, and Kedjak need
I have
to
to-
execute to a flawless degree. Because if they lose out on these potential triple points, that could have ripple effects for the whole championship. Not just for them. Merckx puts in his time for the first split. Seeming quite good so far, but we'll just have to see how that holds up when the other drivers come in. Kedjak over a second ahead of Merckx and Eric, making his statement known. But the real question is how that's gonna hold up against RKA, because RKA is the really important threat here. It's gonna be close. Oh, RKA just a little bit ahead of Kedjak. He's keeping all of the stress of the potential quadruple points behind him. Stone cold, completely focused, stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine. Feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean, he plays by intuition. I've never seen him fall the depth down blanket. He slips up! Ooh, RKA making a couple of costly mistakes going into the courtyard. That could have ripple effects for the entire stage if he isn't able to clean that up. Kedjak, keeping it. Oh, and there's a crash with Merckx! That's absolutely disastrous for the rest of the championship. All he had to do was maintain throughout all of it, but he couldn't pull it together through all of the stages. And unless he crashes again, he is finishing this second to last. RK slip-ups look like they can't hold up to Kedjak. RKA needs to have a miracle run to bring it back now. It's looking like things are going to be even going into the final split. Oh! Oh, and there's a massive slip-up from RKA as he jumps the side of a sign. To give him credit, he had an incredible recovery. But now, trying to beat Kedjak, it's looking like it's too little too late. Unless Kedjak makes an even bigger slip-up. Now Merckx tried everything he can to keep everything consistent and salvage what he's got from here. But he's not even ahead of Eric. This could dent the points he gets dramatically. But he's trying to keep it as tight as possible to salvage everything. To see if he can maybe get third from this fourth place situation. Because he is still the gem and will consistently better driver. He's just having more and more slip-ups as the pressure is mounting to him. Oh, nearly is a trade! Oh, this could be big! Oh, and there's a massive tap! It's not enough to knock him out, but it is enough to knock him down even more of a peg! And someone's looking to pass him! This could be... Oh! And the pressure put on RKA by the person next to him makes him crash out right at the end! That's huge! Both of the leading
No fucking
drivers
way.
crashing right at the end as M1 somehow comes up to clean up the pieces and win. This is looking more like Italy 2021 by the second. Oh my god!
I should have
This is
watched
gonna
that.
have a massive ripple effect on the points.
I messed up pretty big. Yee-hoo!
Yeah.
That was more like
the mess
corner
up.
issues. For me, it was more like corner issues.
Quite the mess up. Yeah! Right, and how are the standings looking going into this? Okay, now it's a battle between Kejak and Hybrid, as they are the only two drivers to have not slipped up. They are in the position to get the most points. Kejak is the one who would benefit the most from it, but Hybrid, not to be kicked down a peg, is only 7 points down, as now they could bring their battle for third place all the way up to the start with this huge point spread. Oh shit, listen, I didn't expect this to be so intense. I just expected this to be the jolly, very late Christmas, but like, no, this is war.
No!
My pre-60 days have been proven.
Put in my
Just a little
rallycross
bit.
setup. I'm so stupid. I put in my rallycross setup.
Oh, a costly mistake from Ruben. But can he salvage it to get a good run? All he has to do to maintain his position from here is because he doesn't have much composition where he is right now. He just has to make it to the end. I still can't believe that RKA crashed on the gap to the end of it. Like, that was nuts. If I were to do a documentary about this, that'd be the part where I force it before it happened and say, then the moment can change the championship forever. Now the points have pretty much been decided, but it's a battle now for first between Kejak and Hybrid. An 8-point difference for one or two of them. As whoever can make it up to, as whoever can bring it up to the end will be the person who has the best chance of fighting against the leading combo of Mercs and Arcade. After Arcade made such a huge mistake in the second to last race. And it's looking like Hybrid has a good enough time, but Kejak hasn't put in a time yet. We'll just have to see how that adds up for him. Oh, there's a pretty funny slip up from Ruben, but Ruben is pretty much in a game of survival here, considering. Oh, and there's an extra slip up from Mugs. Everyone is playing super inconsistently, but Hybrid is keeping it clean, even getting an overtake on Mugs directly. He is making a statement. He is the king of rally. Oh, and Mugs is pretty much in a game of survival right here, just trying to make it to the end. As the track moves to absolute chaos. But can Kejak come forward and challenge the leads that everyone has? And remember, each of them only need a second on each other to win the full division. Still keeping things very clean, making a statement. But now Ruben is directly ahead of RKA. This could be really bad for RKA, considering Ruben didn't pick the correct setup. And now could potentially be a danger to RKA's time if RKA tries to overtake him when he's not done. Oh, there's a... I stand corrected. Whoa! Ruben fucking jump scaring RKA. Jesus. So, Hybrid, He finished on his side, but Hybrid, finish the stages. Can Kedja get a faster time than Hybrid? Who's gonna have the biggest point swing out of everyone? Oh!
Third?
Wait a minute, I'm gonna check the points. Kedjak hasn't finished. Can someone spectate Kedjak so I can see? Oh, Kedjak, somewhat far back with everyone else, but the moment he finishes, that is going to dictate a massive point swing in the races. Is it enough for Kedjak? It's enough! He takes the lead of the race with 3 points over Hybrid, and now Kedjak has a massive 40-point shift. Okay, I'm gonna get a screenshot of this the moment it appears, but I'll also be recording it just in case. But yeah,
I had time, dude. Fuck.
The rally gods have fucking blessed every single meter of that run.
Hey, the time.
Oh my god.
Did my time still get recorded at least?
yeah, I've still got everything recorded. Yeah. Wait, who has it again? Hybrid has.
Because I recorded my entire run. But fuck, dude. I was going to check on my internet because I got disconnected from the call. And then it also disconnected me from the lobby right after, like a few seconds before I finished it. I have the recording, so.
It still counted you, I think.
Wait, I would say that Ha will be triple. So this could be a massive shift between. Wait, now considering how inept Kedjak has shown himself to be at rallying, this could be a massive victory for anyone. Could it be? Could it be RKA extending his lead, Mercs breaking out of the rallying streak and getting back the lead he had for so long? Is it going to be Kedjak keeping things consistent and taking the lead of the whole championship? Or will it be Hybrid coming from out of nowhere to challenge for the win after being not even 10 points down from the lead? This is looking more and more exciting the more I look into it. So good luck to everyone. And also, I might have calculated some things wrong looking back, but fuck it, that makes things more exciting, you know? Because remember,
Right.
I don't know if I got some calculations wrong, okay? Because I am cuckoo brain and sometimes I'm a little stupid.
You better
You don't
not
have a calculator.
I will upload the proof that I completed it later.
calculate
Yes, I
again.
did use calculator, but I might have calculated things wrong. Let's just trust my not very good choice, okay?
Oh yeah. I would recommend I would recommend you hold on to the points you have now, so that if there's any changes to do later because of the disconnection, yeah.
I still have like the old points recorded, so we can like figure things out from there.
Alright, thank you. Because I will upload the recording I have from Streamable.
Izquierda 6, derecha 5, no ataques. Izquierda 6, 80. Loma a fondo para derecha 4, para ojo a la izquierda en gran salto loma. Para izquierda 4 larga, se cierra tarde.
Dead silence.
Loma.
Everyone's
Ojo, derecha 4, se cierra por puente.
M1.
60.
Pretty good
A la
run.
izquierda por loma.
But Kedjak doesn't get the best start, having a 0.2 second deficit from Merc, who there's a destruction from the sheep who has just been a really bad day today. He's been consistently at the bottom of the field. He's been trying. Ooh, Kedjak's still making progress.
Derecha 4.
Is showing some absolute dominance in this stage. Can he still hold that position though, or is it going to be a fluke? We'll wait and see. Yeah, Mudge has been doing an incredible job through the track. He is putting fucking Kedjak today to shame. Holy shit! Something must have changed in RKA. He must have seen how close everyone else was to catching up to him, and he is cooking now. a very good battle between the two leaders. But the original leaders, Merc and RKA, are showing the most promise thus far. But not everyone's finished.
No setup. Fucking hell.
As M1 and Ruben are both yet to finish.
Fuck.
Ooh, Ruben doesn't necessarily get the best time. It's not the best start for our back markers, as the starting race represents the point order from the bottom to the top towards him, I think.
Machida. Ooh.
Things are looking especially nice for RKA if he could just keep things consistent.
You can't compete without a tune, and since most of us didn't practice, and we have the two leaders that probably even make tunes ahead of time, you know who's winning.
Technically, my main goal was just to participate in something. I'm just surprised I am going pretty well consistently so far.
Hey,
Well, good
I got
for you.
disconnected. What the fuck?
Huh?
Oh god.
Oh
That
no,
sucks.
there's a disconnection with Ruben. Is he going to be able to make it back in?
No.
Fuck, that is a massive dent for Ruben. Ruben, do
Thanks,
you want me to... Ruben, considering you are in, like, the championship battle right now, how do you want me to, like, give you, like, a set of, like, pity points or whatever? Do you want me to give you, like 10 points for disconnecting or whatever?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Alright, okay, so Ruben's score has now been updated from 49 to 59. Still head points behind M1, but it does look a little nicer, I guess.
Thanks. How's working for you, buddy? Me.
He can still compete in the other rounds, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
he's
only
still-
one after.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still come into the other race.
I can be in the
Or
last
maybe
one.
not, I don't know.
Oh shit! But oh man, the times.
Derecha 6
And I have like the latest
Izquierda
times.
6 se cierra para 4 tarde.
I hate Kenya, I hate Kenya, I hate Kenya.
Okay, Ken
Oh,
Jackson
no.
gets a pretty good time for the first segment.
Be right back.
Izquierda 4
Trouts by
dentro,
Arca.
derecha 3 se cierra el asfalto. Izquierda 5 más.
God,
Eric,
Jack is going
Eric
ham.
not necessarily able to defeat with Ken Jackson's time so far. But I think Arcade's about to get the reverse split.
Derecha 3
No, that's
larga se cierra.
M1. Not even M1 able to get ahead of Ken Jackson. But
40. Derecha 6
but
por
here
Roma
comes
dentro.
RKA.
60.
Oh, and he's almost a second ahead of Ken Jack. RKA is making a fucking statement. Still keeping himself in the lead. If he can just keep things consistent, then he may just have this championship by the ball.
Crashed.
100 por puerta estrecha de
Oh.
izquierda.
Lost 2
Oh,
seconds.
but then a
Derecha 3
crash
se
with
cierra.
Ken
Para
Jack.
izquierda 5.
That's an absolute disaster for someone who was looking so strong
Izquierda
for
5 más.
so long.
60. Izquierda 6. Gran salto, loma para.
And at this
Gran
point, yeah.
salto, loma.
Yeah,
Derecha
RKA
6
won this
larga se cierra al 3.
There's no way for anyone to get beat unless RKA has a horrible crash.
40.
I can't say.
Salto. 40 para horquilla izquierda. 60. Derecha 5 dentro. Ojo, izquierda 3 se cierra. No atajes.
Hey, this fucking guy must have played the train
Derecha
20
4
times.
larga.
My god.
40. Izquierda 3 se cierra. 40. Gran salto sobre pista para. Derecha 6 para. Izquierda 6 por Roma.
Ken Jack
Derecha
really
6
puts
se
himself
cierra y
in
se
the lead,
abre.
but like, RKA should absolutely dominate.
Para gran
There's no
salto
real
Loma.
no real
60.
way they
Izquierda
can
4.
Oh
Derecha
no.
2 por puente estrecho.
Okay, recovered it.
I just ripped my tire off because of a
Ojo,
bush.
izquierda 4.
Bushes.
Para izquierda 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure RKA is gonna win
Oh,
this.
there's a slip up from RKA! That's gonna cost him at least 4 seconds! But is it gonna be enough to prevent his current lead? He's been keeping it clean for everything else!
Oh!
But he still comes out 4 seconds ahead! That's crazy! But here comes Merckx, and Merckx gonna be Max might have just put himself out of championship contention with that one.
If I didn't pick that bush up, RK would have driven into it. Because it broke
just-
when I drove into it. It's not
Oh my
there
god,
anymore.
Magee,
One
what the
race.
fuck happened? Oh my god!
In just one race, RKA makes a complete shift of the situation. As if he can get even just an okay time in the next race, he's put himself back into a dominant lead. And with wait, how many rounds are left?
One. Of this one.
One in Rally, 2 in Gymkhana, and the rest is Rallycross.
Okay. And so
Oh my God.
if RKA can stay 3 seconds ahead of Merckx, then he's got this. He may just have this whole championship secured.
God, doing Gymkhana 8 players, this is gonna be chaos.
Yeah, but there's no collision in Chaos.
Oh.
Thank God there's no collisions, but, you know.
Imagine.
It would be insanity if there was collision. But luckily there's none.
Oh, I'm gonna start last, bruh.
Starting last is very annoying. But then there's the destructible props. So starting last is a benefit.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly, you get a better time.
I just
Depending
sprinted to the neighborhood with the dog.
Oh.
And I'm back. Damn, I'm on time.
You got the heartbeat up, you didn't even drive the car!
Yeah, man.
Tell me anyone bring the nigga!
Feeling bad for you, bro.
Shut up! I know that. I know this feeling. Don't tell me how that is.
Good luck, Ruben. Good luck, man.
Thank
do
you.
this.
What is happening to Majid's ghost?
Lag.
Oh.
I can't believe I got here in time. Oh.
40, derecha 6, izquierda 6, derecha 5, izquierda 4, larga dentro,
Remember,
derecha 5, bajo
all
puente 60,
all that RK needs to do is make it to the finish.
ojo izquierda
And
3 se
he's got
cierra,
a massive 30-point swing.
para horquilla derecha,
He's looking like he's keeping things consistent.
80, izquierda 6, 40, derecha 4 en salto, loma,
Going into the first split, he's leading on his rival.
60, horquilla derecha, 60, derecha 4 en salto, loma, izquierda 4, para izquierda 4, bien sube al centro, ojo izquierda 6 con baches, derecha 6,
RKA, still keeping it clean.
40,
Really a
derecha 6,
second ahead of Merckx.
izquierda 4 muy larga, derecha 3, izquierda 5 dentro, derecha 4 para izquierda 5 larga,
Ooh, I'm having a bit of a slip, but he's going to need more than that to lose the lead he's gained.
para
He's now
gran
leading
salto,
Merckx
loma,
in the overall championship by about 5 seconds. And at this rate, it's looking like there's little that could stop him.
I got a puncture, fuck.
40, izquierda 3 larga por
Ooh, that
puente,
could be a potential issue for RK if he isn't able to clear past him. But considering how close he is to the finish, who's to tell how little of an issue it's going to be? And the race is finished, and RKA wins the rallying section, which gives him a massive, massive boost in his lead. Shifting from only a 4-point gap from Merckx to now having 122 points. Okay, so
Yeah, that was bad. How did he get third?
Yeah, it was bad for me too. I got a puncture mid-place.
Because I always kept getting like, what, 4 times difference between... Oh, it's between RKA, of course. Of course I kept getting weird numbers.
Oh, hybrid. Oh, it's an extremely close bout, but hybrid and M1 just barely beating out Kajak. That could be absolutely crippling for him in the points. Yeah, pretty simple. So then M1 got. M1 got 15 points, so that's 79, 84. Okay, M1 just barely behind. Wait, no, I haven't put in Kajak's points yet. Yeah, that was disastrous for Kajak. He only walked out with 12 points. Not even enough to get him to 100. Yikes. Wait, you guys already started?
Yeah.
Yeah, RKA just started.
Okay, give me a second. I haven't worked out all of the points. Yeah, Eric's 52. Machine is 6. And then, well, yeah. And then Ruben only gets. Okay, so the updated points. RKA 122, Mercs 112, Hybrid 101, Kajak 98, M1 84, Ruben 62, Eric 52, Machine 48. So it's looking like RKA is in an increasingly dominant spot, but he's still in the same gap. He's for third, so he has a 10-point gap, and then a 10-point gap, and then almost a 10-point gap from Mercs and also Hybrid, and then Kajak. So the game isn't completely fun. It's just made a little bit easier for RKA. And Mercs is having a completely dominant section on the Gymkhana, and he keeps it consistent. It's a little difficult to follow the Gymkhana. Okay, RKA making... Okay, RKA going for big stunts rather than large multiply, and it's seeming to slowly work out for him, but everyone else are increasing their points at an increasingly rapid rate. Ruben now actually leading, but who knows how long that's going to last for. Oh, RKA cuts into the lead after getting that +3, but Mercs still on RKA's tail. And Mercs gets that point swing he needs and just barely get ahead of RKA. RKA is looking more and more consistent by the second. There's only 20 seconds. Mercs gets a swing ahead. How long is it going to last for? He gets another string of points. He's about to ahead of RKA. This could be so close going into the last 10 seconds. Ruben sneaks his way ahead very briefly. Mercs needs a few more points. Ruben sneaks ahead again. This could be big going into the last couple seconds.
Oh, yes.
Clutches the round. I'm guessing they give the points away after these.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and Mercs just barely clutches the round, getting 10 points and 2 points closer back towards RKA. That's the kind of swing he's looking for. Okay, so Ruben also had a pretty good showing as well. We the ones who rock on the rhythm. 103. Hybrid. M1 had got 3, so 87. Machine got 1, and then Eric got 1. Okay. Not many shifts, but the distant are getting closer. It's still not over for Merc. He can just get a few more consistent races and just barely edge out RKA. This could be the shift he's looking for. RKA gets a pretty lucky spawn. Everyone's very even right now. Okay, M1 briefly sneaks ahead. Kajak ahead of RKA. RKA still keeping this consistent. Everyone going through a very similar path, having very similar points to each other, knowing which path gives the most points. RKA the most consistent. RKA's points are getting stale. He might just do something right at the end, though. But when RKA still having kept that 3-time qualifier, can he get ahead of Kedja right at the end? It's very close. Kedja gets so many points right at the end, but is RKA going to be able to capitalize on it? M1 comes out of nowhere. Oh, and M1 just barely clutches third place from RKA as Kedja emerges the winner. RKA could have run away far further ahead than he would have wanted. Wait, shit, hold on. Okay, give me a second. Don't start for a bit because I forgot it doesn't display the points. Yeah, don't start it for a bit. I have to do some calculations. I don't want to get lost. Qualifying takes us going into the first round, as the game doesn't know that we've been on a massive crusade. So, whether the game puts RKA in the lead at the start, whether the game puts Mertz in the lead at the start, that could decide everything. But who will have the luck of the draw going into round 1? Hearts beating, eyes glued to the screen, all to prove which one is the most giant. And the qualifying positions are put in. Ladies and gentlemen, the person who has the advantage in the championship, Mertz has a really good start, starting in second when RKA is dead last. RKA needs to have a fucking climb up to the top to preserve his points. And who's to say that's even going to happen? It's lights out and away we go, going into the final round of this incredible championship. RKA has a good one. Can he find a gap from a hybrid, from Ruben? Oh, and he gets a tap from Machine, but he keeps his form. He keeps his form nice and neat. And also Mertz trying to increase all of the points he can get, trying everything he can to sneak ahead. He gets the inside line. Mertz is leading. Mertz has the advantage. Can he get the point swing he needs? RKA, not to be disproven, has now slipped his way into 6th place after starting dead last. He is making one hell of a climb to bring it back. Hybrid has a lot of speed, doesn't have the line. RKA getting a switch on Aaron, trying to do everything he can to minimize the damage that Mertz winning will cause for his championship. As this wouldn't push Mertz into the lead, but it would be a serious step. As RKA slips into 5th place, if he can make it into 2nd, which isn't too far away, all of this, he could minimize the damage that placing here would cause for him. But Ruben has been shown to be a fairly finicky driver, so getting ahead of him could be a bit like disarming a ball. RKA has an incredible line, cutting down the gap between him and Ruben by half a second. But we're just about going into the halfway gap of this race, and RKA starting in last, starting to show. RKA keeping things consistent while the two ahead of him are battling. This could be his chance to get a couple of positions and even finish at the podium. He's within spitting distance of Ruben. If Ruben makes a mistake, this could be big for RKA. It's a big corner. Oh, he slightly a little bit early. Oh, what an incredible recovery from RKA. That could have been championship deciding if he didn't make the conversion there. But
Your mic's kinda lagging.
Keeping it consistent. He's got an inside line on Ruben. Can he get ahead? Oh, he taps the wall, but he's not giving up. He's still going for it. He gets it. Everyone naturally falls, but it's a three-way
Just
battle.
feels his mic.
Ooh, there's a tap from RKA, undoing all of the damage he may have been able to do. But he's not out of the fight. Not just yet. He has the speed on F1. Is he going to go for it? There's taps. There's taps. Okay, here's a curve, which is shown to be RKA a small to quite a couple times. He has an aggressive line on F1. Is he going to maintain it? There's only one more lap, and RKA is making it into the podium position, considering he's got the corner on M1. He's keeping it tight. He's keeping it tight over Ruben. If he can get ahead of Ruben, That would be huge, as those 2 points could be championship deciding. Ruben trying everything he can to play defensive. Oh, RKA tries to go on the inside. Ruben reads it, trying to cover it all. And now it's a battle between Ruben and RKA. Both of them not taking down each other. Here comes the box! RKA going all in to try and get a slide. Ruben still maintaining it. Marks wins the race, getting a massive victory. RKA in the end. Touch. The points. And M1 M199 Eric. Stand. Merckx is now starting from the back, but if he can get ahead of RKA, he's not down for the count just yet, as there is now only a 4-point gap between Merckx and RKA. But can he make use of it as RKA starts further up on the grid? It's lights out, away we go. Who's going to get the better start? Merckx has been shown to be really good when starting from the back of the grid, but is RKA just as good as a little further ahead? Everyone's going to get belly lead. Oh, there's a bump, but RKA uses it to his favor and pushes himself into second place. What an incredible makeshift play from RKA. He's now battling M1 for second place, and now Ruben trying to slip towards him. There's a bit of contact. Ruben trying to cause as much contact to RKA as he can. This is a 10-lap race, so it will go on for quite a while. Hybrid trying to play the maintaining game ahead of RKA. Trying to predict every single read that they can. But Merckx has slipped into fourth place, now making it into third, breathing down RKA's neck, saying, no, this championship will be mine. Going into the third lap, Merckx just barely behind RKA. So, question for you guys, which one's the Hamilton and which one's the Verstappen? I would say the most important Verstappen. RKA gets a good line on Hybrid. He's just barely got his nose out. Can he hold the position and get it ahead of Hybrid as Hybrid has the speed? Okay, RKA slips forward. This will be quite bad for Merckx if Merckx can't make a play on it soon. But this is where things get championship deciding. Hybrid trying to play to Crystal and Merckx as well. Oh, there's nearly an impact between Hybrid and Merckx, but Merckx just barely avoiding absolute disaster. But that has proven that Hybrid is not going to give up his position for anyone, no matter if it's championship deciding or not. Merckx trying to get an inside line on Hybrid. There's a dog. Merckx is almost in second place. Can he hold that position though, considering how much of a glass cannon Hybrid is proven to be? There's a bit of a shift, but it's over. Halfway into the race, it's an hour battle between Merckx and RKA. Merckx is just a second down, but this is the longest race of the whole championship, so anything can happen, and RKA just has to keep it consistent to maintain damage control, because if he can win this, then if he just keeps it consistent, he's won the championship. This is probably the most impactful race of the entire series, and Hybrid might have just shifted everything. But Merckx is slowly gaining time on RKA. If he can keep things consistent, this might be a time space which he can convert into a point slip. RKA, oh, it's hit from RKA as he's starting to get a little bit desperate. And now Merckx is wheel to wheel with RKA. What's going to happen now with 3 laps? Is RKA going to lose after making such a shattering mistake? They're both wheel to wheel with each other. One of them needs a better line. Merckx is trying to find everything he can while RKA is panicking, swerving left to right, trying to stop any potential overtake that Merckx could have. Will it be RKA's defensive driving precision for the next 2 laps, or will Merckx be able to out-the-pressure him? These next 2 laps could decide everything, and RKA is starting to get a little bit away after he takes some tighter lines over Merckx. But Merckx, not to be disputed, and also having that slipstream within these last 3 laps, is finding the better line. He has a little contact with RKA, but RKA is still playing it very defensively. Going into the last 2 laps, can Merckx find that line that he needs, or is RKA good enough as defensive driving to keep it all under control? There is still such a small gap between this. If RKA makes one more mistake, he may have lost the whole championship. But he's still doing great defending on Merckx, and all he has to do is maintain it one more time. Oh, Merckx has a potential line! Could he go forward going into the final lap? No, he's not able to focus on the line. He's still trying to eke out everything he can. There's a bit of a slip! Oh, and there's contact! This is going to be so close! Merckx, side by side with RKA! Who can out-defend who? RKA having a bit of a slippery line, but he successfully maintains the position. Oh! And there's a last-second slip from Merckx, as in the final corner, in the last lap, Merckx wins the race after RKA defended for so long. And now that points gap shrinks to just 2. That was high!
I shouldn't have risked. Fuck! It could have gotten 4!
Okay, let me punch in the points. Okay, so RKA gets a Merckx. He's at 47. RKA, he's at 49. Then Ruben, he gets 6. So 1, 2. Ruben's at 84. M1 now breaks the 100 barrier with 104. Kajak got 5th, so that's 125. Hybrid got 6th, so that's 3. Well, yeah, 112. Eric got. Okay, both RKA and Merckx both starting next to each other, practically at the same spot. But both of them are playing the ultimate dueling game. If Merckx can finish first and RKA finishes second, then this will go down to the final Oh, and there's immediate contact between RKA and Merckx. Both of them know what to stake in. Oh, and there's a massive pile-up within both of the tracks. But RKA is able to block off Merckx, which could be a massive play. That could decide the championship if RKA can keep it consistent. They have been ahead of each other, behind each other for so long. Oh, and there's a slip! Oh, Merckx missed the spin out with RKA, but it's just barely not enough. RKA maintains it, holding back Merckx. Even if all RKA has to do is finish ahead of Merckx, and then this will go down to the final race. And it's looking like RKA is keeping it consistent against Merckx for as long as possible. He knows what's at stake here. He has to hold this for the last couple laps, and then he just has to play consistent. And this is a very technical track as well. Can RKA keep it consistent against Merckx? Merckx is trying to go for an inside line. Oh, and he gets tapped on the wall. Some brilliant defending from RK. But now, can RK get ahead of Kajak? If he can, that's huge. That could be the point swing he needed to keep himself away from Merckx. Now, Kajak trying to get a line. Oh, Kajak takes it a little bit wide. Could this be the gap that RK needed with Merckx not being able to do anything but watch? This is going to be extremely tight between the both of them. Both of them neck and neck. Only one of them has a better line though. And RK slips ahead of Kajak. If he can keep that position, position, he may have just won the whole championship. But Merckx, not to be a man to just sit behind. He's got the line on Kejak as well. Is he going to get that overtake that he needs? As remember, this is also a very long track. Anything can happen. Merckx has proved to be really good at being consistent. Merckx tries to get a progressive line on Kejak. He gets it, and he shifts it. Oh, and he just barely avoids catastrophe. As now, he's right behind RKA once more, just on his tail. Merckx, proven to be a guy that doesn't give up. And now, Ruben has found himself in a dream position, a second ahead of even RKA. But if Merckx can keep this consistent, as there's only 2 laps. Wait, but now that we're halfway through, Merckx needs to make a play if he wants the points. As now, with the points positioning being in second and third, there isn't just going to be a 1-point gap anymore. The points gap is going to go from 3 to 4. This will be huge if RKA even maintains this. He doesn't even need to get ahead of Ruben for this to be a massive shift. But Merckx is shown to be someone who doesn't give up, even in the toughest of scenarios. As he is getting more consistent and tight lines than RKA. Oh, RK tries to keep it wide. RK does some good defending against Merckx, doing the team keeping it wide strategy, which has worked for him for so long. But that might end up getting predictable going into such a decisive final lap. As now there's only a few miles to go to decide it all. Merckx trying everything he can. RKA goes wide! RKA goes wide! Merckx has a line! Does he go for it? They're neck and neck! Can Merckx maintain it? Merckx maintains it! He's a goal length ahead of RKA, but RKA still trying to do anything he can to keep Merckx out of his way. But Merckx has the line going into the advantageous corner. If Merckx can hold it for the final laps, then he'll get what he wanted and he'll go to the final race. As there's only 1 lap left, can RKA slip back ahead of Merckx? Honestly, I don't know. This has been like flipping positions so often. I don't know who's going to win this. I don't know who the most jolly is. Who has me to give a prediction or a driver of the day? I don't fucking know. But also, if Ruben can't hold it and Merckx can get an overtake here, that's even more huge, giving him the lead immediately. But even if Merckx just comes second, it's still going to come down to the very last race going into the final stage. And I'm pretty sure it's going to end up on it. Merckx, looking to keep it consistent. Can he get ahead of Ruben as well? Who's also been shown to be quite good. Can he get a tighter line? Ruben plays it very tight. And now there's only just a few corners. Can Ruben hold up Merckx? He takes it tight. It's going to come down to the final line. Merckx, being like a wolf. Can he take down Ruben? He's had such an up and down season. No! Ruben maintains it, winning the second to last race of the season. But much more importantly, Merckx second, RKA third. They are now equal in points, and it goes down to the final race.
I'm calling for a penalty.
Okay, let me just add up the points. Okay, so Ruben had an amazing race. He's now at 94 points. If he gets a good enough position, he could just barely come first after all of this. So yeah, Merckx gets 8 points, so that's 155. RKA 155. Hybrid 117. M1 108. Kejak 128. Eric 61. Sheep 57. And now it ends at the same place that everything shifted. RKA has the advantage. Merckx has more experience, but Merckx starting on the outside rather than the inside. That could be the big shift that RKA needs to maintain. And RKA has shown that he's quite good at defending. He can keep holding for the final race. It's been an amazing couple hours as these two have duked it out with each other. One just barely being ahead of another. Then there's been a shift. And there hasn't been a shift. Then one of them makes a massive mistake, then the other makes a massive mistake as well. And now, under the lights, it'll all The race begins, and RKA still keeping it consistent. There's already a swap out for another one of the drivers. Oh, and it's a dream start for RKA as Merch takes it wide to try and avoid any debris. Oh, he just barely. RKA is already in the lead, and Merch has to clear up a lot of traffic, but there's 10 laps to do so. And he makes those overtakes. As Merch can't spend that much time behind, he needs to get ahead of Kendra, ahead of M1, ahead of Eric. And considering this 3-car war now, and RKA is overtaking more and more time, it's starting to look better and better for RKA for the second. The only good news for Merckx is that his car is out there. Things are still going good for RKA. Both drivers take it way too wide. And Merckx slips into third. Now all Merckx has to do is make the lead again, get ahead of Kendra. And then there's a second and a half gap. Oh, and there's contact with Kendra. Keep it consistent. Merckx gets ahead of Kendra. Now it's just RKA. Whoa! Merckx has been shown to be the advantageous one in this scenario. But, wait no, yeah, Merckx has been shown to be the advantageous one in this scenario. But, RKA is shown to be in the quite big leaders of Merckx. Can he maintain that? RKA is actually getting a much tighter line from Merckx. He's just bound. He's increasing his time more and more. Now it's going to be a minus 1.2, and minus 1.4, and minus 1.5. But Merckx got to be someone who's just casually one up. Still, keeping things consistent. And in one segment, cutting down that lead that RKA is on. It's very even between these drivers. The only thing concerned is that there's a second gap. But Kendra finds his nose to Merckx. Could this force him into making a mistake? Merckx has to take it wide under the pressure from Kendra. Kendra tries everything he can to keep RKA in the lead. Now taking it wide, trying to make Merckx slow down. Oh yes, to take a wider line and he bumps into the wall. This is currently turning out to be disastrous for Merckx. But he still has a long race ahead of him. If he can gain back some momentum, he might still be able to catch up to RKA. As RKA is shown to be a lot of things during this whole. One of the things that isn't is consistent. Now, Merckx trying to get any line he can from Kendra. As Kendra is actually shown getting more momentum from Merckx. He's cracking under the pressure. Almost crashing behind Kendra as well. However, as Merckx has been behind Kendra has been closing in on an RKA, challenging him to the lead as well. This could be a massive point shift for both. The only thing that matters is Merckx finishing ahead of RKA, RKA finishing ahead of Merckx, as they are in a dead heat when it comes to points. You know what? I might have calculated this, so fuck it. Let's go and look back at this because this is way more exciting. Coming into the halfway mark of the race, RKA is showing to have the advantage, but Kendra is doing every single sort of challenge that he can, really reaching out for any kind of overtake that he can get. Oh, and Merckx is challenging it! Only with less than a second gap, he's challenging Kendrick's position. But can he get that challenge to go further? Kendrick has been shown to be very consistent throughout this track, but he has put a little bit wide on it here. Merckx could make up some more time by cutting it tight here. Ooh, Merckx has a little bit of a slip. That could be fatal if RKA still keeps it consistent. Kendrick trying to go tight. Oh, but he hits a wall. This could be the end of his lead if Merckx can convert it into something special. Oh, but there is four laps to go. Time is getting thinner for Merckx. Oh, he just barely avoids a trophy as well, but he goes on the inside of Kendrick and retakes second place. Now only being a little bit behind RKA, but he needs to play tightly. As RKA is well. Kedja is not letting any of that go to waste. He's challenging the inside of Max. This could be fatal if he's not able to get ahead. Tarkin in the fight of Kedja. Can Max now fight off the flying Kedge as well? Max gets a really clean curve where RKA only really gets it decent. RKA can't be making the kind of mistakes. Gets a really smooth landing that could help him out with an overtake. But trying to keep everything tight. He has the line on RKA. Is he going to try an aggressive push like he did in the previous lap? He's going in! He has a line! Max takes the lead of the championship! It's now Kedjak is challenging RKA as well! RKA needs to do everything he can to take that back! But Kedjak is also challenging RKA and giving him an even tougher time! With only 2 laps left to go, RKA needs a miracle to win now! The slipstream of Kedjak is proving to be quite helpful, and anything can happen going into the last lap. They have both had a fantastic championship battle, but so far, Merckx is snatching the championship from RKA's hands after such a close bout. And now, the gap is almost an entire second going into the final lap, and now RKA also has Kedjak to worry about as well. Going into this final lap, RKA needs a fucking miracle to win. Takes it as late as possible, gets ahead of Kedjak. Could he challenge Merckx? Merckx is keeping it clean. Kedjak goes on the inside. At this point, it's starting to look like a battle for second for Merckx, for RKA. Merckx, the person who started the championship, never succeeded when everyone was at that crossroads after having such a clean race, having such an incredible climb up early into the championship. It looked like he was screwed in the rallying section, but managed to blow it back when RKA also managed to scrub in that same position. It's been an extremely close bout. Some moments RKA's been ahead, some moments Merckx have been ahead. It's been incredibly close, but in the end, the championship can only be claimed by one, and it's going to RKA in this year's Christmas Championship. Merckx, for the first time in Christmas Championship history, is the one on top of all of them. RKA has to settle for second place after leading the championship in such a dominant fashion for the majority of the latter half. What an incredible bout shared by all of them. And also, I forgot to take a screenshot. I'll have to look back at that, but like, fucking crap!